Guys, it's Ashley and this is my Pretty Little Liars recap for season 4 episode 21. She's come undone.
Taking this one to the grave. If I show you, then I know you won't tell what I said. 'Cause two can keep a secret if one of them is dead.
This episode was pretty good. I mean, I wasn't like fully at the edge of my seat or anything. I felt like this was kind of a filler episode in my opinion. Anyway, I mean there were like a few like oh my gosh, but not like oh my god type of thing, you know what I mean? It wasn't like the last episode where it was like you're on the edge of your seat type of thing. But I feel like next week's episode is gonna be like really good. If you haven't seen the promo, you need to watch it. I mean, it looks really good. You know, Allison, she meets up with the girls, I think. It seems like it because you kind of can hear Allie's voice. And the hashtag is Allie tells all. So yeah, and it's getting really interesting, you know. And we're 2 episodes away from the finale, the spring finale. And I guess in the summertime we'll get the premiere of season 5, which kind of saddens me because they did say that this TV show was gonna have only 5 seasons. I mean, I know it's not gonna end till probably next year because then we'll have the first half of season 5 premiering in the summertime, and then we'll probably have a Halloween episode in October like usual, and then the second half of season 5 will probably premiere in January next year. I know that's kind of weird thinking about it that way because I mean January was just last month, but I mean next year January probably we'll see like the second half of season 5, and then yeah, I guess it'll be the end, right? I mean like somewhere in March next year would probably be the end if they're doing 5 seasons. If they're doing 6 seasons, I mean that's great, but I mean at the same time we want answers. So yeah, and did you guys hear that Ravenswood got cancelled? I mean, I think that was from last week, but I didn't mention it in my vlog. But yeah, I'm kind of sad. I mean, it wasn't my favorite show of all the time, but you know, I really liked that show. It was good. Although I'm not really shocked that it got cancelled because it seemed like a lot of people didn't like that show, and I didn't see that much fans and feedback as much as Pretty Little Liars, which is kind of sad, but I mean, well, that's just the way it is, I guess. So I'm gonna move on to the recap and stop talking because I don't want this video to be too long. At the beginning of the episode, we see Arya telling the other 3 girls that she read some of Ezra's book and saying that Ezra's not and that he's just writing a book, and that he knew Allie before they met, and he knew about Arya and the other 3 girls before they met and all of that. But you know what, the thing is, I'm still not 100% sure that he actually isn't because I mean it's too suspicious. You know, like even if he was writing the book, it's just a little too suspicious the way he was acting around, and you know, with the computers, you know, in Ravenswood, you know, all that spy stuff, like it's just too suspicious if we're just writing a book like that. I don't know. I mean, pretty sure I'm not the only one. And so yeah, pretty much this whole episode was about Arya being mad at Ezra. I mean, who wouldn't be? I mean, he totally ruined her trust. And then Ezra doesn't show up at school because he's dealing with family issues, which is a total lie. So Arya gets really mad because she wants to confront him at school. But Hannah, Emily, I don't know if Spencer was there, but they tell her that that's not a good thing, you know, to confront him about it at school. And but she just kind of pushes them away, and she like storms in the classroom, but he's not there. He has a sub teacher. And then I guess after school she goes into his apartment, and at first like she's just like looking around for like random stuff, that like evidence that she can find, and she finds like all of these pictures, like he has like file folders of everybody's name, and he has like this map of like all these like traces, like the map we saw in Ravenswood, like that big whiteboard with like all the traces and the clues and the people. It was something like that. And she comes across like all these pictures of her, like of her at school, on the street, like I guess, you know, that was him taking all the pictures. Like in some previous episodes we see someone taking like pictures of the girls. So yeah, so then after that she gets really mad. She starts trashing his apartment, you know, like just throwing stuff around, breaking things, tearing his big posters off his wall, like just trashing his apartment. She's like completely mad, and then she sees a picture of him and her, and she breaks the glass case with a lamp, I think it was, or I don't know, with something, and then she just like trashes it, and then she just starts breaking down, crying, trying to catch her breath. You know, I feel really bad for her, like poor Arya, you know, that's just, I hate seeing her like that. It's just sad. It was after she trashed his apartment, she found like this recording, you know, like the recording that was in Ravenswood, Mrs. Grunwald's house, I think. Remember that whoever stole the recording of Ali? Well, he had that recording, like the player, and it was like Allison's voice. Then the girls, they don't know where Arya is, so then they realize that, oh, maybe she's in Ezra's apartment, so they go there and they see the whole apartment trashed, and Arya just like not really crying but trying to, I don't know, she's like just finished crying, and she was on the ground, and they were like, okay, come on Arya, let's just get out of here. And so Emily and Hannah take her out of the apartment, and Spencer looks around for clues that she can find, and she takes some like pictures and all of this papers that were all on the ground. She puts it in Arya's bag and she leaves. She follows them behind. Okay, speaking of Spencer, she's still on her drug problem, and she really needs help. You know, I feel like she's gonna, you know, end up in a really bad place, or, you know, like mentally in a bad place. Not physically, but I mean, that's just horrible. And then her parents want her to take her to rehab, but she convinces them that she's fine, that she'll get over it. Then she finds a bottle of pills from A, and then Emily's about to throw it away, but she says, no, I'm gonna trash it myself. And when she said that, I was like, no, she is not gonna trash it. She is gonna keep it. So yeah, she does keep it, and she ends up taking them in her room, and you can tell that she doesn't really want to take it, but she does anyway because she's an addict now, and she just needs help. You know, she's looking really crazy and terrible looking. She has like dark circles, and you can just tell that she doesn't look normal. Now she's also convinced that she might have hurt Ali. She sees a little like card that she gathered from Ezra's apartment, some kind of investigator. Oh, also in the beginning of the episode, Arya says that the pages that she read is that Ezra was not trying to pin the blame, but he was thinking it was one of the 4 girls that killed Ali. Which that's not like totally like out there, because I know there is some theories that maybe Spencer killed her or had something to do with her death, and a lot of people are saying Arya too, so that's not like totally out there, but I mean, that's kind of like, I don't know, I don't really know. So she calls up the investigator, and it was something about, like in the back of the card it said something about CC or something like that. I can't really remember because I watched it like a few hours ago. Oh yeah, so Spencer, she realizes that she'd been taking drugs the night that Ali disappeared, and so she thinks that she might have hurt Ali with a shovel because she was on the drugs, like the drugs made her do that. And there was something about how she thinks that her dad, De Laurentiis, someone paid someone to keep quiet because, no, I think it was Mrs. De Laurentiis paid someone to keep quiet because she saw Spencer chasing Allie with a shovel. And so that's what Spencer thinks. And she even confronts Mrs. De Laurentiis. Like, she storms in her house and she like confronts her about it. And Mrs. De Laurentiis like, "Are you okay? I'm gonna call your parents." And she's like really worried about Spencer. And then Spencer just like grabs her arm. She's like crazy. And she's like, "You're hurting me." And then so she's like, "Get out of my house now." And so she goes home. And when she gets home, Toby is with her parents, and Toby says, "You need to get some help." And Spencer just kind of ignores him, goes upstairs, and then her parents and Toby are like, "Oh my gosh, what do we do now?" Like, she really needs some help. Really hope she does get help though, in like maybe next episode, maybe, or I don't know. But I really hope she does get help in this season because it's pretty bad. Emily has this new mission to drop off money at this P.O. box that is like, it's like a different town because she got in touch with Shauna. She's talking to Paige. She looks into her purse for her phone, and Paige sees like the wad of cash, and she asks, "Oh, do you always carry that much amount of money?" And she makes up some story about like her grandma and all that, and Paige doesn't believe it. She follows Emily to the post office, like from the bank to the post office, and she confronts Emily about it. They like kind of get into a fight, and I was like, "No, don't break up because I love Paisley." I guess they didn't really break up, but they have like some issues, going around their relationship. Paige keeps asking her, like, "Who's the money for? Why are you mailing this? Why won't you tell me?" And so Emily finally says it's for Allie, and she tells her that Allie is alive and she needs to get this money to Allie. Paige tells her that she doesn't want Emily associating with Allie because then Emily's gonna get hurt. And Emily says that she takes a while to think about it, and she said okay, she won't contact Allie anymore after she drops off the money. After the money, she won't contact Allie anymore. So Paige tells her okay, she's just doing this because she cares about Emily, and which is a good girlfriend. Because so Paige goes over to her house later, and the relationship is okay, but Emily's upset that Paige is giving her like limits, like who she can see and who she can't talk to and all of that. And Paige says she hates it too, but she's just doing this because she loves her. And I guess, that's a good thing, but at the same time, I feel like maybe Paige is a bit jealous of Allie because she knows that Emily had a crush on her from before. So I don't know if that has like something to do with it. I don't know. And then Hannah, she kisses Officer Holbrook. It wasn't shocking because you can kind of see that they had, some kind of chemistry, like more friendly vibe. He sees her getting like food for Arya and her, and he said, "Oh, it's nice that you care about your friends like that." And while they're about to leave, she kisses him, and she said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that." And he's like in total shock. He doesn't know really what to say. And there was Travis too in this episode, that he had to go to court because his dad was in court or something. Officer Holbrook saved him, all of that. But I don't know, I don't ship them as a couple. Like, I still have my hope for Caleb. I don't know if that's possible. I really hope that Caleb does transfer back to Rosewood because that'd be amazing. But not all shows and couples have happy endings, we didn't think nothing would happen to Ezria, but look at it now. Spoby, I guess, I don't know if they're still together or not. Toby's a really good boyfriend, for sticking around still, like I said in the last recap. And Paige and Emily is kind of like on the rocks, like we don't really know, like I guess they're still a couple, but just have some issues going on. Oh yeah, in the ending though, Paige, she drops a note in a police car right outside the school saying that, "I know Allie De Laurentiis is still alive." And then she writes the address, the P.O. box address, and she drops it in the car and she just kind of walks away. And I thought that was a big mistake, because I feel like, what if A was watching and then like Paige is gonna get hurt? Or what if Emily finds out she did that and then they're gonna break up and then I'm gonna cry? Also, Arya finds out that Ezra was about to publicize the book, and so she calls the number on like a paper that she finds, like a letter, and she pretends to be some lady that works at the school, asking what was the publication date. The lady says that she doesn't know, but she can call tomorrow because Ezra is over there, like in town right now, because it wasn't in Rosewood, it was at some other city. And so she hangs up and she realizes that, oh my gosh, he is about to publicize the book like really soon. And then so she's on her way at the end of the episode to tell her principal about her and Ezra's relationship. She wants to get Ezra in trouble, but Hannah convinces her to not to tell him that, because it's not only going to affect Ezra, but it's also going to affect Arya, and Ezra will end up in jail. You know, she wants that, but it'll also affect Arya and her family. It'll be on the news, so Arya decides not to tell the principal about it. I think she made a good choice. You know, I'm glad that Hannah was there to convince her. A scene at the end was A reading pages of Ezra's story, and then they just burned it in a fire. That was it. Guys, believe that Ezra's A. Do you believe that he loved Arya? Or still loves Arya? Maybe at some point he did love Arya, but I don't know about now. This is a spoiler, but I heard that Ezra gets shot in the finale. I really don't know. Bye guys, peace out.